All right. What a great idea. Let your light shine. That's all you really have to do. Let your light shine means just raise your vibration. Just allow yourself to shine. Get out of the way. Let your ego, let all that stuff that you thought you had to do and thought you had to accomplish, and all those people you thought you had to please, let it just step out of the way and let your light shine. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, of frequency, and of vibration. And I think you can apply that to anything in the human experience. If you want to know about human relationships, energy, frequency, vibration. If you want to know about success, if you want to know about health of the body, physical health, happiness, financial success, abundance, any subject related to the human experience, energy, frequency, vibration. It's all there. We try to complicate everything. Boy, we got long, involved stories of how we got to where we are right now, but it's all in an attempt to not accept where you are right now. You tell me this long story about how right now is not good enough. Whatever's going on in this moment is not perfect. But what does that do to your energy? What does that do to your vibrational frequency? Right? It sends your mind in the past. And you walk around, you see people, their eyes are all glazed over. Why? Because they're somewhere else. They're not here now. They're not present with you. They're thinking about something else, that's someone else in the past, or perhaps a future that's imagined. It has nothing to do with reality at all. It's just an imagination. So what we want to do is be in the now. We want to experience the energy, the frequencies of energy that's happening right here, right now, and take that and raise it up. We want to raise that frequency of the vibration of the love that we feel. We did it yesterday. It was fantastic. We had a class yesterday, the 5 Principles class. I want to acknowledge a few people. Could you hand me that paper, those white papers right there? Thank you so much. In this class, we had 15 people show up. Thank you, everyone. And we got, out of that class, we received 8 new members of Unity. But my favorite part of the whole day was in the beginning, we went out in the hallway where there's a great echo, a nice resonance of sound energy. And we started to sing and raise our vibration before we even started the class. Great way to start, right? You go out there and you find a place that resonates most with you. And for me, I always find myself singing in the hallway. And we sang, "Only love lives here. Only love, only love, only love lives here." Join with me. Join with me. Only love, only love, only love lives here. Only love, only love, only love lives here. Now feel that vibration. Doesn't that feel good? What if you made the decision to walk through every day with that vibration in your heart, in your body, in your mind, in your world, in the people that you meet? Only love lives here. And that vibration will invite and include other vibrations into the love vibration that you are. And you know, if there's an energy that doesn't want to resonate at that moment with that vibration, it will go the other way. And that's okay. That's really okay. Because we're raising our vibration individually and experiencing that on a universal scale within our own minds and within our own group or community, whoever's gathering with us in that moment. And so everyone's invited into that frequency at all times. The people that chose to join this frequency this year are Michelle Lavangi. If I call your name and you're present, would you please stand up? Barbara Hawkins. Yay, Barbara. Christina Buckley. Lee Dixon. Gail McClare. Patricia McPartland. Ralph Diamond. And Esme Chung. And we will have official certificates for you guys next week. We're so grateful that you joined us. One of the things that we agree to together and individually is the covenant. We make a covenant with ourselves, with God, and with each other. We're acknowledging, this is the Unity Membership Covenant. We're acknowledging that Unity on Cape Cod is my spiritual home, a place where I am spiritually nurtured and supported. I will make spiritual awakening a priority in my life. I will include unity in my daily prayer practice. I will include our spiritual center in my financial planning. I will volunteer for sacred service at Unity. I will extend myself to guests and newcomers. I will participate in maintenance and stewardship of our building and property. John would be happy to hear about that. There's the facilities manager right over there. I will participate in making decisions for our spiritual center. I will make every effort to attend all membership meetings at Unity on Cape Cod. And most importantly, I will acknowledge the divinity within myself and others at every opportunity. That will raise your vibration instantly. Acknowledging the divinity within yourself and others at every opportunity. Secrets of the universe, secrets of life on earth, energy, frequency, vibration. Everything is energy. Energy is everything. What we do in the spiritual practice is learn to manage our energy. Learning to manage our energy, working with higher frequencies, and seeking to maintain a higher vibration is something that's at the core of all spiritual practice. It doesn't matter what your background is. It's at the core of all spiritual practice. We forget that. And we say, well, I don't agree with you because I'm Catholic and you're Protestant. Or whatever it might be. And we forget that at the core of every spiritual practice is the same thing. Learning to manage our energy and tapping into higher frequencies of energy. In every single spiritual practice in the world, that's the goal. So we can do that together no matter what our background is. Today I'd like to take a deeper look at how can we raise our vibration. Live in the highest frequency possible at any given moment. First thing is to consider your own personal energy. Just being honest with yourself. How are you feeling today? How are you vibrating today? I got to use that now instead of like, how are you doing? How are you vibrating today? Wow. What's your frequency? That frequency is looking good. You got a good frequency going. Actually, I probably do say that sometimes. Yeah. So you got to consider, first of all, how you're feeling and how you're responding and reacting to the universe. Actually, responding is better than reacting. Reacting is usually out of a survival story or a traumatic experience or a collection of all the things that have gone on in your past, and you're not in the present moment responding from love, responding from a higher frequency. So the thing to remember in all of this is something I always remember that Maya Angelou said. She said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You won't forget how this place made you feel, or how attending that class yesterday made you feel. You might forget the book we read, or the beautiful history of New Thought that Charlie puts together for us. You might forget what songs we sang, or even that we went out in the hallway and sang the song. But that feeling will stay with you, because vibrations are actually real things. You know, on the quantum level, it's still there. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays in the universe. But when you have thoughts about it that are your own interpretation or perception, those come and go. Now, what we've done is confuse our limited thoughts with reality. And we act as if what we're thinking is actually true. Now, the body and the brain don't know the difference. It's going to think it's real, even if it's just going on in your own mind. Even if you're just in a fantasy of your own thinking, and not in the now moment, and in reality, you're going to think it's real. That's why it's so important to be present and to be aware of your vibration, what's really going on, how you feel. Also, what kind of feeling do you get when you walk into a place, or when you we go to some places because we know that there's great energy there. We go to the Grand Canyon. Some people like to go to Sedona. Some people like to come to Cape Cod. You know, I have some favorite beaches that have some amazing energy for me. And I think there are some places like that. The Cathedral of Notre Dame, perhaps, you want to go there once they've remodeled it. Just going by it on a boat had a lot of energy for me. You know, we were on the Seine River, and oh my goodness, just going down the river, that place had a lot of energy. And it had a certain frequency. Going to the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. It's a cathedral that was built by an artist. The architect is this great artist, Gaudi. You know about that in Barcelona? That's got a cool energy, amazing energy, because it's an artist that actually built the place. They're still working on it. You think it takes Jack long time to learn a song. Don't have him build your cathedral. They're still working on that place. But I digress. There's so much energy in certain places for us. And why is that so? It's because that energy remains. If it's a true vibration of goodness, of God, it stays in that place, and it stays in your consciousness. And so when you walk in there, or you enter in here, when I see Paul and Carolyn, for instance, my vibration instantly joins with theirs and raises up. And that was the whole point of building cathedrals, is that when you walk in, your vibration instantly changes, and you want to commune with God. You want to commune with the divine. And I find it even more powerful and more important for me to do that with you. When I join with you, we're communing with God. When I join with you, my vibration instantly raises. And that's the whole point, is that we share something that is so beautiful and hard to describe and unspoken. It's so gorgeous inside, like that. We call it the Christ within you. your God self, God within. And when I join you there, something happens. Something amazing and miraculous happens. All the healing takes place there. I forget all of my problems, so-called problems. And I remember perfection. I remember God because you're showing it to me. Our vibration, truly, in truth, can only meet there at the highest point. Because we're evolving, we go from the highest point to the next highest point to the next highest point to the next highest point and on and on. Yeah, I got a confirmation from the little one over here. Thank you. Thank you, Lincoln. That was awesome. Now, every thought, every action has a frequency and an energy to it. Everything, every action, every thought you have. And so, if that's true, if every thought has a frequency, and we say here, our thoughts are prayers, right? If it's magnetic, it brings to you what the vibration that you are vibrating in or that your thoughts are sending out. It's telling the universe what you want to experience. You're sending out a message to the universe. This is what I want. This is the world I want to live in. This is who I want to be. This is how I want to experience the universe. So if you want to know what you want, look at what you got. Look at what's around you because you created it with your thoughts and your actions, your beliefs, your feelings. You're in charge. You are absolutely, totally in charge of your experience of life. Does everyone believe that? Yes. Awesome. Then you're in the right place. You are absolutely in the right place. Because one of the New Thought principles that we looked at yesterday is the third principle, which comes from the original idea that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind, the law of mind action. That whatever vibration your thoughts are producing, you're going to surround yourself with more of the same vibration. Somebody said that's not philosophy, it's science. It started out as philosophy, and we've proven it by science. That is true. That whatever vibration that you are sending out is what surrounds you. And that's the world you perceive and experience. So our thoughts and our actions carry frequencies of energy that not only affect our personal energy field, they're sending out ripples across the vast ocean of collective consciousness. You're sending out ripples. If you threw a rock into the lake and you watch the ripples go, and if it's a pond, if it's a smaller body of water, you can actually see when the ripples hit every shore all at once. You're affecting every point around that body of water. One thought in your mind affects every point in the ocean of consciousness. Our collective consciousness. You're adding to it with every thought and every action. You're adding to the collective consciousness. So what kind of thoughts and what kind of actions do you want to add? Really? Do you spend your time being negative and judging other people and talking about how other folks are wrong and how this is going wrong and that's going wrong? And I'm just asking. I don't know. What do you do with your time in your mind? When I'm in there and those kind of things are going on and I'm getting upset about the world, it's time to stop and check my vibration. Do a vibration check. It's the thought police. Pull over, Tony. Give yourself a moment. Don't get down on yourself because we all can go there. Give yourself a moment and remind yourself, not a word of this is true. Not a word that I'm telling myself in this moment is true. You can tell, because if it's angry and you're not feeling good and you are attacking, there's not a word of that that's true. So you don't have to tell yourself that story any longer. You can stop doing that. You can tell yourself a story that will help raise your vibration. I'm in the presence of God right now. I am in the presence of the One. I am opening up my heart to the luminous love light that's pouring down from all directions. It's coming into me from all directions and is deep within me, and that is the One. I am one with that light. I can tell myself that story, and pretty soon I don't need any story because I'm just vibrating in that truth. And all the stories and all the words are not necessary. And then here I am in the vibration of love. Isn't that nice? So we will use what we need to get ourselves there, to that place where we're just vibrating in the truth. It just makes sense to send out true and loving thoughts. It just makes sense to send out true and loving energy. It just makes sense to be vibrating in love. It makes sense because I feel a lot better when I'm doing that. And that's a true prayer. A prayer is an affirmative action. A prayer is an action that I'm sending out to the ripples of consciousness, as ripples of consciousness to the collective one mind. Our thoughts are prayers. Can we think and pray only love, only peace, and only joy? Some people say yes because they've been doing it. That's an affirmative prayer, and it carries an expanded energy of love. It carries and expands that energy. Just feel your vibration when whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, stop and say, how am I feeling here? Is my energy contracting? Am I feeling tense? How does that make me feel? And is my energy expanding? Is this making me feel better? Am I loving? Am I feeling free? Those thoughts are prayers. Whatever thoughts you choose are prayers. And they carry an energy for you. Prayer, as we learned yesterday, is what? Creative thinking. Prayer is creative. It's extending. It's creating more light. It's creating an expanded vibration. Charles Fillmore says that prayer is the most highly accelerated form of mind action known. It steps up our mental action until our individual mind synchronizes with the Christ mind. That's why we pray. To synchronize our minds with the Christ mind, to get in the vibration of Christ, which is a principle, not a person. Christ mind is pure vibration of the highest form. It's not a person, but a principle of energy, frequency, and a vibration. And so that's one of our most powerful tools, is prayer. It's one of our most powerful tools for raising our vibration. Prayer, meditation, selfless service, giving without consideration for recompense. That is our most immediate means of raising our vibration. And of course, you have to be courageous to raise your vibration. You have to stay positive in the face of what seems to be a world that thrives on separation and division and attack. You have to be courageous to love. You have to be fearless to love. You have to be fearless in the face of judgment. You have to remember how blessed you really are. And always remember to be a blessing to others. Always. This little preacher's getting more attention than I am. I love it. You know why? His pure vibration. You don't listen to the guy who's talking up there. Everybody's looking at the little kid running around. I love it. You got a great vibration. Hey, Lincoln. Hey, Lincoln. I love your vibration. I love it. It's beautiful. Yes. It's a beautiful vibration. So, unless you become like little children, you won't experience that the kingdom of heaven is here and now. I love you guys.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass., and visit us online at unityoncapecod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.